Welcome folks to Evil Island, the multiplayer part. Let's redo this because I took the wrong quest when recording. So we're gonna take on the last quest. And the truth and the tales about Dead City. So let's go. Things you need for this quest is nothing. Just your best setup. If for some reason you're still in Gipat land with Gipat weapons, I recommend either an axe or a bludgeoning weapon.
I agree.
Piercing weapons, enemies have a resistance to piercing weapons, so take your poison. Now this quest, let me tell you, is absolutely not worth your time and efforts. But you can complete it only once to say, yay, I made it. It is truly fascinatingly useless, this quest. So there are two entrances to this quest. Okay, let's ignore all the skeletons because I can. You can get in from the front entrance, but the back entrance is blocked by a by a boulder, so you cannot use the chosen entrance. You need to go from the front entrance, and there is no way to remove this obstacle. Also, I don't think there's any way to get through the ravine, even though technically you could in theory use the mine, but the mine cannot be used because reasons.
That is it.
So all you have to do now is get in from the front entrance. That is because this is the last mission of Gipat in terms of difficulty and rewards. Not worth it, by the way.
I agree.
Imagine doing all of this with a group and sharing the XP with all party members. That would be abysmal experience. You can get more experience by soloing the first map. Just saying. So it's absolutely not worth it. Now there is also the Eraser mod. Okay, one thing, if you're struggling with this game and you find that the hand, by the way, I'm gonna use the Eraser mod in the last island because the cave, I think I can do the first map when I maxed out my character, but I cannot see myself killing even a single enemy in the last, the most difficult quest. The enemies have like 2000 HP and absurd amount of armor, so most likely I will be using a Razor mod, which rebalances the game. Abilities have now a much more stronger effect. So for instance, if you take the sword skill, it gives you +5 defense and offense. With the Razor mod it gives you 10. So you end up with 30. When you max out the skill, you end up with 30 attack and 30 defense compared to 15 attack and 15 defense. Also, abilities like strength, intelligence and dexterity.
Whatever you say.
Instead of getting +1, you get +5. So at the end you end up with +15 to each stat if you take all of them, instead of +3 to each stat.
That is it.
And that is so, it makes such a huge difference. It's big, trust me. The damage on the weapons has been rebalanced too. With Gipat weapons have kinda suffered a little bit. Some weapons. Others have been improved, others have been weakened. But Ingos, Suslanger and the cave have improved damage. So you can actually damage the opponents. Other things worth of note, yes, there are more materials. There is like the same materials you use in the single player, basically. The dragon bones, you find there is the green and blue dragon bone. I think there are troll hides you can loot, and also it revamps the loot system. So see, these skeletons drop money. With Eraser mod, these skeletons drop bones.
Yes.
That's great. trolls drop troll's hide, goblins drop stone, orcs drop silicone, and eventually I think obsidian, or maybe just silicone, I don't know. Boars drop 3 skins instead of 1. So, and bandits, especially in ingots and Susulanger, drop materials like ingots. So bandits in ingots drop steel ingots, which is great. You can basically build your equipment much faster. There's much less farming. Also note is that Eraser mod has been done by Eraser, which was a player back in the day.
I like it.
Oh, remember the tough thing with Modok.
I agree.
Modok is basically a player who was kind of a power gamer. Let's call it that. Let's leave it at that. But Eraser was supported by Nival Entertainment, or Nival, whatever their pronounce is, and they even put the mod on their site, which is no longer available. You can find the mod, it's on a Russian site.
That was not
Just
bad.
look for Evil Island mods. And it was tested by Nival Entertainment, so it is semi-official, let's say. I'd consider it to be the official mod for Evil Island. It's a rebalancing mod that makes this game so much more entertaining and less grindy. Absolutely less grinding. Now, if you can get your hands on the quest mod, you can use both the quest mod and the Eraser mod because they are compatible. Because one modifies the rewards of the quest and the other modifies the database of items and loot. The quest mod basically works like this. It revamps the quest system. Basically you get experience as soon as you complete the quest. You don't have to go back to the city. When you go back to the city, you turn over the quest and you get money. So that is actually very good. Oh, by the way, there are 4 undead enemies watching this entrance, and there are more enemies I believe here, so there is no way, unless you use fireworks. Let's see if firework works. Does it work? Yes, you can use firework to lure them one at a time. I'm not gonna do that because I just killed them all at once. But use firework, throw them here one at a time, clear out the surroundings by the way. And eventually you will be able to complete this quest. So as you can see, there is no stealth, just use fireworks at the end. So this quest has 2 objectives. One, you have to reach the top, and the other one is to look in this coffer. There should be a weapon.
That was not
There
bad.
you go. Right, let's speed up the process, please. Now I'm sure there is a way to increase the speed. It's probably done through a mod or something. Finding the crypt, sure, whatever. Does the dragon exist? It doesn't.
I agree.
Why it does not complete the quest? It is completed. Whatever. I'm gonna trust my quest log. This could be a bug. So we now have to go there. You can now use this thing.
Oh, not good.
So we have to go into the graveyard and check this coffer. Or sarcophagi. Or sarcophagus maybe? Single? Whatever. I don't care. Let's just get there and do what we need to do. This quest is so long and boring. But it needs to be done. So yeah, I've been farming a lot. Mostly, I found that farming, well, mostly because I can. Farming the Susulanger quest when you're talking with friends is just much easier.
I understand.
You just don't think about it, you complete the quest 4 or 5 times, you end up with much more money. So I have now 500k, let's just leave it at that. just by doing that quest.
I like it.
Okay, here's the issue. I need to make a Suslanger weapon, but the prototype, just the prototype, costs 1.4 millions. So you can imagine how much and how long it's gonna take me to get to that prototype.
I like it.
And even then I probably need like 30% more, so it's gonna be expensive to craft. Now, of course, if I can get the money of just buying the weapon already with weaken inside, then it will cost me considerably less.
That was not
But
bad.
to even think about getting 1.4 million without using the trick which I don't want to use, because it's gonna spoil the game for me a little bit too much. Okay, too much. Probably not, but okay, we are almost done. This is all the skeletons. You need to take this thing out. Good, let's check into this coffer what's inside. And it's done. Quest completed. See, if we had quest mod, we will get the experience now instead of later. If we wanted the money, we would have to go back to the city. And that makes sense.
Whatever you say.
If you use a Razor mod and quest mod, you can basically complete the gift path for a new character without using the messenger missing and all those tricks in just like one morning. Okay, so that's 2 to 4 hours.
Whatever
You can complete gift path, and Ingos is
I agree.
much less time intensive because you can drop steel ingots, and steel ingots are very valuable. It's 2.5k selling value compared to the 5k for buying them. You sell at half the price. So it's 2.5k each time you kill a bandit. Then you've got the troll hide and all those yada yadas. So yeah, it's gonna... And I also believe that the enemies in Suslanger will drop ingots. I'm not sure which ingot though. Can't remember. So that's a good... yeah, a Razor mod is so much good. So good. I will use it, but right now I wanna play vanilla, so I'm gonna stick with vanilla. Pretty sure I can handle vanilla for now.
Bad.
Also, my HP is severely low, and eventually I will need to get the health skill. Enemies in the cave, but that's for later. Enemies in the cave will hit much harder and may potentially one hit KO me. So what can I say? But then again, the cave is like, think how progressive this game was and innovative this game was. When this game came out, World of Warcraft was not even a thing.
That is it.
I believe you probably EverQuest was out, or maybe not even EverQuest. So this game had already MMORPG concept ingrained in its multiplayer, and that is even from Rage of Mage 2. The multiplayer is pretty much one way of making an MMORPG, because you visit all the cities in the map, there are inns, there are group of enemies, tiers, dragons, stuff. But there are no quests, okay? There are no boss fights, no nothing. This game has boss fights, and this game has an end game. Let's call it an end game dungeon. The cave is the end game. The cave is set in Suslanger. If you watch my playthrough of the game, it's based on the last map of Suslanger. The one with the portal, where you escape Suslanger. So it's based on that map, and yeah, it's basically an endgame scenario for a group of people, not for a single human. You need healers, you need mages, you need fighters, you need archers, you need everything. So you need, on the front line you need people with high health. The back row is comprised of mages, healers and archers, if someone wants to play the archer. Archers are not bad when you have a meat shield in front that takes the damage, because archers have a very high attack rate. So they can snipe limbs, they can snipe heads, and they can attack dragons, while tanks cannot, right? So if you're playing a tank character, you cannot attack a dragon. Now, the same was true in Rage of Mage 2, but there was a trick in Rage of Mage 2 where you equip a bow, attack a dragon, and switch with your hotkey to a melee weapon, and the character will be able to attack the dragon. Most people don't know this trick. No dragons, but the treasure is still there. Let's see the experience. 1.3 thousand of experience. We get 1.2. Do we have anything to sell? No. All of this for a meager amount of experience, which is really, really, really bad. If you consider the time it takes for you to complete this quest, considering you probably are low level, yeah, it's not worth it. So this was the last quest of the path. Next we're gonna take on Ingo's quest. Ingo's quests are a little bit more complicated and more exhausting, because it's the second island and things are more complicated. Most likely because there are many enemies, and the quests are not really close to the entrance. They're really far away, far away in the distance. It's a lot of traveling to do. Anyway, thank you for watching. This was the Truth and Tales of Dead City. I need to remember the name of the quest. Whatever. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.